Rochester Police Department supports the rights of our citizens to peacefully protest as the U.S. Constitution allows. As a police department, our primary goal is to maintain public safety, preserve life, and to keep the peace. We ask that anyone wishing to peacefully protest refrain from partaking in or being involved with anyone that acts or commits acts of violence or crimes during any protest or gathering. In the event there are crimes being committed or acts of violence taking place during a protest or gathering, your police department may give you warnings to disperse the area. More than likely, you'll receive several warnings.
If you are from Rochester, New York, and you are expecting to hear that the Rochester, New York police officers that were involved in the death of Daniel Prude will be charged with his murder, which, by the way, was ruled murder, think again. To bring some of you up to speed, by now, tens of millions of people throughout the world have seen the video that you're watching right now. Very disturbing video. This happened in Rochester, New York, and it happened in March 23rd of 2020. But Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren, who you'll see her mugshot. Yes, I said mugshot. Put a photo of her at the end of this video, which you'll see. Her mugshot, because she is one of the most crooked, most corrupt politicians ever. Basically, she was indicted recently. Won't get into that too much, but she was indicted recently for campaign fraud. Which is of no surprise not only to me, but to thousands of other people who know what Mayor Lovely Warren is about. But basically, when Daniel Prude was murdered by Rochester, New York police on March 23rd, 2020, Lovely Warren, along with then Rochester, New York Police Chief LaRon Singletary, both basically conspired to not release the body cam video, which you're watching right now, of Daniel Prude. And Daniel Prude basically stopped breathing in this video that you're watching. He had several Rochester, New York police officers who had contact with him, but especially Officer Mark Vaughn and Officer Talladay. And Talladay, you'll see, this is not, I'm not putting the whole video here, by the way, but you can watch the video. It's all over the internet. It's all over YouTube. Very disturbing, as you can see by the disclaimer that came on at the beginning of this video. But at one point, Officer Talladay, Troy Talladay, had a basically was doing like what you would do when you exercise and you do push-ups. You know what I mean? When you do push-ups, you put both your hands on the floor, right? Or on a surface, and you put your feet obviously on the surface too, right? And you go down and up, or up or down, however you want to look at it. Well, he basically was in the same position with all his body weight. You know, this is a grown man carrying police equipment, which weighs, at least a good 10 pounds. Belt, gun, radio, bullet clips, handcuffs. So basically, he was resting all of his weight on Daniel Prude's head. And very, very disturbing to watch. They made fun of him. They joked. You know what I mean? It was just really, really a disturbing video. But what's basically going on is we've heard a word be used a lot, especially in the last, I'm going to say, last couple of years: critical mass. And yes, while police, more and more exposure of police injustices such as police misconduct, corruption, police officers killing innocent people. While that is more and more out in the open nowadays, especially with the huge help of social media and cell phones, everybody basically has a camera, which I've been saying for years. And now it's more true than ever. We all have a camera. It's our cell phone. More and more, we've reached a point of critical mass when it comes to police involved or not involved, but being exposed, right? Police corruption, police misconduct being exposed. But we're not there yet. And what I mean is there will be no charges. Okay. This is Officer Josiah Harris that you saw there. There will be no charges brought against these police officers. And that is because the system, the criminal justice system, still protects cops. So basically, I have it on good word that New York State Attorney General Letitia James, although the decision as of the making of this video and the publishing of this video has not been announced yet, there will be no charges filed against the Rochester, New York police officers. So, it'd be interesting to see what happens in Rochester, New York. This is lovely Warren, the mayor, and former chief Laurent Singletary, and this is the mugshot I was telling you about of Rochester, New York Mayor Lovely Warren. So there will be no charges, and that is because the system still protects police no matter what they do, including murder. By the way, the video that played at the very beginning of this video was a press conference that Rochester, New York Police Department held about 3 weeks ago. And if you notice in that video, they were already preparing for the announcement, which should be coming at any moment, that there will be no charges filed against these Rochester, New York police officers who were involved in the death of Daniel Prude. So again, they've been very subtly and very kind of, strategically preparing for the announcement by the New York State Attorney General's office that there will be no charges filed against the Rochester, New York police officers. So again, it'll be interesting to watch.